your gentle flow stretch. Take it easy on yourself. Do what you need to do. If I offer something that doesn't feel right in your body, just don't do it, right? And then if you feel like you want to hang out for a second and go a little bit deeper, that's also cool. Just gotta honor yourself. You do you. And if you would like to join my playlist, it's Jewel in the Lotus. And so it's on Spotify. And then I don't have any props with me, but if you would like to grab 2 blocks, I always find that to be pretty helpful. I've misplaced my blocks and I need to just get some new ones. So it'll happen eventually. We're going to get started on our backs today, so take your time getting there. And we'll open up in a collapsed bridge. So once you're down on your back, take your feet about max width distance apart. And let your knees fall together. So you get a decompression on your lumbar spine. And you'll close down your eyes. Relax your brows, wiggle your jaw from side to side. And you can do whatever you feel comfortable doing with the arms. You could have one hand on your low belly, one hand on your heart. You could also just have your hands down by the side body with your palms facing up. And if you notice, when you draw the shoulder blades together slightly, they won't come all the way to touch or anything like that, but when you just kind of pin your shoulder blades to your upper back, your heart space rises naturally. You create a little bit more space across the expanse of your chest, the fronts of your shoulders. And allow for your low back to rest. Wherever you are in your breath cycle, exhale completely. And then inhale, draw the breath in, pull your breath all the way up so that your rib cage opens in all 4 directions and your lungs go to full capacity. And then as you exhale, you empty back out. Maybe a little double exhale at the bottom. Deep breath in. And out. One more just like that. Inhale. And exhale. Now take your arms out by the side body if you choose. Separate your knees and let your low back kind of root back down to the ground. And then on your exhale, drop your knees to the right, turn your face to the left. And then inhale, bring your knees back for center. Exhale, drop your knees to the left, turn your face to the right. And let's just take the knees side to side, windshield wiper. Don't overthink it. Just moving your knees from side to side. Perhaps getting a stretch through your side body. And then once your knees have evened out in both directions, come back through center. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Give your right foot a baby flex, and then the right hand slides in towards your inner thigh. And gently press your right knee away. So you're getting an external rotation through your ball and socket joint of the right hip. You're also creating some space there, the fascia, the musculature around your hip joint. And then the option is to stay right here in your figure 4. If you would rather move into a half reclined pigeon, and release your fingers around your left hamstring. Nuzzle your right forearm into your right inner thigh. Now there's a baby flex to both feet, and relax your shoulders down. Breathe here. Relax your brows, relax your jaw. Now gently release the hands from behind your left leg. Cross your right leg completely over the left and give an internal spin to your thigh bones. You might have to lift your shoulders up and off of the mat so your hands can find opposite knees, shins, ankles, and then exhale, let your upper back come back down. And then it's a gentle drawing away of your 2 feet in opposite directions. Treating your legs kind of like handlebars on a bike, yeah? Pull your thighs in towards your chest, but separate everything out so that you're getting a stretch to the outside of your right hip. Take one more deep breath here. Now as you exhale, release. Come back into the figure 4. Let your left foot come back down to the ground. Your right ankle crosses over the left knee. Inhale, open your arms out like a T. And then exhale, drop your feet to the left and turn your face to the right. Figure 4 twist, just breathe. And as you breathe in, you know that you're breathing in. And as you breathe out, you know that you're breathing out. You can draw your right knee in towards you. You can press your right knee slightly away from you. And just notice whatever that creates in your body, right? Feel out what you need. And then as you inhale, gently come back through center. Let your low back find the ground. And then exhale, place your right foot down onto the earth. Let's just switch sides. Cross your left ankle over your right knee, your right thigh. Give your left foot a baby flex and let your left knee press away from you. So again, imagine what's happening here in your left hip, the ball and socket joint of your hip. And as the thigh moves away, you create some space there where all of the musculature, all of the fascia can bunch up around that area. So giving some space for the hip joint. Perfect, y'all. Now you can stay right here, or you can draw your right thigh in towards your chest and release your fingers around your right hamstring. Nuzzle your left forearm into your left inner thigh. Baby flex to both feet. Relax your shoulders back and down so you allow for your collarbones to broaden. Take one more inhale. Soft release. Cross your left leg completely over the right. Give your inner thighs an internal spin. And then allow for your shoulders to round up if you need to. Hands grab opposite knees, shins, or ankles. And then you exhale, roll your upper back down to the mat. Now let your tail lengthen towards the ground. Draw your thighs in towards your chest and your feet away from one another. So this time the stretch happening on the outside of your left hip. Take one more inhale here. Exhale to release. Let your right foot come back down to the ground. Keep the cross of your left ankle over your right knee. And then inhale, open your arms out to a T. Exhale, drop your knees. I'm going to scoot over a little bit to the right and turn your face to the left. And same thing. You can stay just like this. You can draw your left knee in towards you. You can press it away from you. Sometimes forgetting, since I have the music in my ears, and I start to vibe with the music, and then you might not be listening to any music, so. I think about that sometimes, like how weird it might all look. Now on your inhale, draw your knees back through center. And on the exhale, slowly release. Let your low back come back down to the ground. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Get a lengthening of the low back. And then spinal rocks forward and backward. So you could always use your hands down next to your hips. It's optional. And you don't have to come as deep. You could also just take baby rocks and rolls, but keep your low back rounded so that you're not slapping anything across the mat as you move. But do find a supple sensation across your spine. And then we'll all come forward, cross your feet at the ankles, and let's meet in all fours. So hands and knees. Stack your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists. Bring your knees underneath your hips, and then spread your fingers out wide. With your inhale, drape a soft belly down towards the ground. Lift your chin and lift your tail. So there's a sway to your low back. And then exhale, reverse your movement. Dome out your upper back. Drop the crown of your head down. Pull your belly in and up. Now inhale, sway back through. Let your heart press between your upper arm bones. Lift your chin, lift your gaze, maybe. And then exhale to reverse it. Press your palms down, arch your upper back, separate your shoulder blades. Inhale to roll back through, lift your chest. And exhale, dome out your upper back, navel to your spine, tuck your tail. Take a couple more just like that. If you need to stretch your wrists out today, you can take your fingers out to the side edges of your mat. You could also flip them back towards your knees. Just make sure that nothing hurts. And then you continue the same movement. Inhale, belly down, heart lifts and presses forward, and then exhale to reverse it. Inhale. And exhale. Now inhale, come back into your neutral spine. Flip your palms forward. So now your fingertips are pointing towards the top of your mat. And then exhale, curl up your toes. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. And lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Create an inverted letter V shape with your body. Now, when you're in your downward facing dog, pay attention to the rotation of your upper arm bone and the shoulder socket. So it might be your middle finger that's pointing towards the top of your mat. It could be the index finger, right? So paying attention to what feels appropriate in your body. And then typically the hands are about shoulder width distance apart. The feet are about hip width distance apart. But if you move into that typical alignment and you notice it doesn't jive with your body, then you got to switch it up and find something different. So you can pedal out your feet if you like. Take whatever you need here. And then on your inhale, roll into a high plank. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. And then exhale, bring your knees down. And then inhale here, press your bottom up. Pull the pit of your belly in. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. You look like a little inchworm. So lift your hips, pull the pit of your belly in, gazes forward, elbows in. Take a breath in. Exhale, slide it down. You're on your belly. Untuck your toes, pubic bone, toenails to the ground. Hands outside of your chest. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, lift your heart, but take all 10 toenails to the ground. Pull myself forward. And then exhale, melt yourself down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, lift your collarbone, so Bhujangasana, your cobra pose. And then exhale, melt it back down. Inhale, last time, roll your shoulders back. Now exhale, press your hands down. Shift your hips back towards your heels. Find your child's pose. Chest towards your thighs. Let your forehead come down. And then you can kind of roll the forehead side to side. And then we inhale, come right back through center. Press up into your box pose. Exhale, lift your hips up and back. And find downward facing dog. Inhale. It's a soft bend to your knees to look forward. And then exhale as many steps as you need to walk your feet to your hands. And then inhale, fingertips to your shins. Take your crown forward, your tail back, your belly in and up. And then bend your knees a lot. And exhale, chest to your thighs. Grab opposite elbows. And ragdoll, let your head hang down. You can sway side to side, gently with the torso. And then release your hands. Bring them to the small of your back, Vadahasta. Make a fist. And then reach your fist up and over. Drop your head down. And then let your hands come down. Exhale completely. And inhale, press your feet down as you roll all the way up, one vertebra at a time. Exhale, roll your shoulders back and down. And then inhale, reach your arms out and up. On the exhale, drop your right fingertips down in between your shoulder blades. Let your left hand find your right elbow. Inhale, lengthen first. And then exhale, hinge over to the left. Stretch out through your right side body, your right tricep. Maybe you gaze up underneath your right arm. Breathe. And then inhale, come right back up. Exhale, drop your left fingertips down between your shoulder blades. Right hand finds your left elbow. Inhale, lengthen first. And then exhale, hinge over to the right. Breathe, relax your jaw, your brow. And then inhale, right back through center. Reach your arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, take your elbows back and down. Lift your chest. Pull the pit of your belly in so you support your lumbar spine. And then inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold yourself down. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, step your left foot to the back of your mat. Soften your left knee down to the ground. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Reach your arms up overhead, Salamba Anjaneyasana. And then exhale, just pull the pit of your belly in. Let your tailbone be neutral. And then squeeze energetically through your inner thighs so that you find some balance and stability. Now with the inhale, reach your fingertips a little bit higher. And then on the exhale, take your left arm underneath the right. You can hug opposite shoulders or eagle up your arms. Go palm to palm. Oof. All right, now you have the option to just stay like this. You could skip the eagle arms altogether, right? If you're sore today or anything like that, skip it. It's all good. If you feel like the balance is a challenge, also skip it. If you want to move in the spine, inhale, lift your elbows, lift your forearms. Maybe your gaze goes high. And then exhale, round your elbows in towards your navel. So one more time, inhale. And exhale. Now on your inhale, come right back up. Unravel your arms. Reach them out and up. And then exhale. Frame your front foot with your hands. And shift your hips back. Straighten your front leg. Draw your toes back towards your shin. Navel spins towards your right thigh bone. Lengthen your tail towards the back of your mat, perhaps. And then you have the option to take your right toes forward and back, moving into your right ankle, the top of your foot, your shin. And then inhale, walk yourself back forward. Curl up your back toes, lift your back knee. Now this is a big movement, so take your time. You can also skip it if you want. With your inhale, float your right leg up to the sky. Find a three-leg dog, nice and slow. On the exhale, bend your right knee. Stack your hip, yawn it open. Watch your right shoulder. You have the option to be still or to circle it out. And then place your right foot back down on the ground. Let your heels feel heavy. Lift your hips high. Inhale, bend into your knees. Look forward. And exhale as many steps as you need to walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, fold yourself down. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms out and up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center and release all but your index finger. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, hips to the right, fingers to the left. Get a side body stretch. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, hips to the left, fingertips to the right. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, roll your shoulders back. Pull the pit of your belly in. Lift your chest. Cricket wing your elbows back. And then roll the shoulders back, lift your collarbones, press your hips slightly forward, and take a supported standing back bend. So imagine a beach ball in your upper to middle thoracic spine. Lift your heart. Pull your navel up and away from your pubic bone. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, slide your hands down the back side of your body and forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen your spine. And exhale, hands down. Step your right foot back. Soften your right knee down to the earth. Nice and slow. Draw the inner thighs towards one another. Inhale, firm up your low belly, shoulders over your hips, arms up overhead. Stay for your exhale. Now inhale, reach your fingertips just a little bit higher. And exhale, take your right arm underneath the left. You can hug opposite shoulders or eagle up your arms. The choice is yours. You can skip it, right? Pit of your belly in. Inhale. If you want to move this, take your elbows, your forearms up. And exhale, round it in. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Now inhale, bring your shoulders back over your hips, unravel your arms, reach them out and up. And exhale, frame your front foot with your hands, shift your hips back, straighten your front leg. All right, toes back towards the shin, pull your left hip back, your right hip forward, and lengthen your spine. Option to take your toes forward and then draw them back. Now exhale completely. Inhale to walk yourself back forward. Rebend your left knee. Curl up your back toes. Lift your back knee. This is your big movement. Press your palms down. Inhale, slide your left foot up and back. And then exhale, bend your left knee. Stack your hip on it open. Circle it out if you want. And then place your left foot back down on the ground. Pedal out your feet if you want. And then inhale, take your gaze forward. Exhale, step your feet outside of your hands for Malasana Yogic Squat. Heels in, toes out. Bottoms low, lift your chest. Now your hands come to heart center. Press your palms. And it's all good. If you want to stack a couple of blocks and place them underneath you, perfect, right? You can shimmy a little bit side to side. You can be still. And bring your hands down to the ground. Inhale, lift your hips, straighten your legs, turn your toes forward. And this time, leave your feet about hip width distance apart. And on the exhale, slide your hands underneath your feet, palms to the soles. So if you can, you're going to take your toes to your wrists. It's all good if it doesn't happen. We don't care. But if it's there, go there. And then you inhale, lengthen your spine, straighten your arms, flare your tailbone. And then exhale, bend your elbows, bring your chest towards your thighs, drop your head down. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale, release your hands down to the ground. All right. From here, inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, hands down. Just step your feet back and lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right heel up. Exhale, bring your right leg all the way through. Knee, well not right leg, but knee to your wrist. And then slide your left leg long behind you. So Ekapara Raja Kapotasana, your half pigeon. Your right shin can be up to parallel with the top of your mat. There's still a baby flex to your foot. And then your left leg lengthens long behind you while trying to kind of wrap your left hip forward and your left side waist. Now, to start, inhale, lift your chest. Take a proud pigeon. Pull the pit of your belly in so you're supporting your lumbar spine. And then exhale, lengthen, take everything forward and then down. Now, if you're not into this, you can do what we did at the beginning of practice and take this on your back, crossing your right ankle over your left knee. Let your forehead come down. Either reach your arms forward, out, or back. And breathe. And then see where you're holding on when you don't need to be. And release kind of the eyebrows, your jaw. Let your shoulders relax down from your ears. And breathe. All right, now start to slide your hands back so that you can inhale, lift your chest. Now on the exhale, roll onto your right hip, your right glute, open up towards the left and bring the right foot in towards your left inner thigh. Your left leg is creating a diagonal from your hip. Inhale, reach your arms out and up, and then exhale, drop your left forearm to the inside of your left calf. And reach your right arm up and over. It does not matter if your right hand catches the left foot. That's not what we're looking for. That's just the direction you're moving in, right? So breathe here. Oof. And then really feel your bottom floating rib lift up and away off of your hip joint. And then inhale, lift your chest, your shoulders. Exhale, rotate towards your left leg and reach down. Now, it doesn't matter if your hands catch your foot or not. Relax your heart down and forward while at the same time releasing your shoulders away from your ears. Now exhale completely. Inhale, lift your gaze. And then exhale, walk yourself back up. Now you can stay right here for this little bit if you choose. Otherwise, inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, your right hand drops down behind your right hip. Inhale, swim your left arm forward. Come up onto your right knee, your right shin. Root your left heel down and press into the outer edge of your left heel. Left arm up and over. And then sit yourself back down. On the inhale, rotate your torso back towards the top of your mat. Come onto the ball of your left foot and press back up to downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet, chest towards the thighs. If you need a quick twist in your down dog, reach your right hand over to your left ankle, maybe bend into your right elbow, and then switch sides. And then on your inhale, float your left heel up to the sky, and I'll flip the other way. And exhale, bring your left left knee to your left wrist and slide your right leg long behind you. All right. Left shin could be up to parallel with the top of your mat or anywhere in between. Let your right heel feel heavy and wrap forward. Start off lifting your chest, roll your shoulders back, pit of the belly in, take your deep breath in. And then exhale, fold it down and forward. Arms can do what you choose. All right, slide your hands back underneath your shoulders. Inhale to lift your chest. And roll slightly over towards your left hip and thigh and glute so that you can spin open to the right. Come down onto your bottom. Bring your left foot, the sole, in towards your right inner thigh. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, drop your right forearm to the inside of your right calf and reach your left arm up and over. Get that stretch through your left side body. Breathe in. Know that you're breathing in. Breathe out. Know that you're breathing out. And then inhale, slowly bring your shoulders back over your hips. Rotate towards your right thigh. Exhale, fold it down. Exhale completely. Inhale, lift your gaze. And then exhale, walk yourself back up. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale, your left hand behind your left hip. Inhale, swim your right arm forward. Come onto your left knee, your left shin. Your left hand is your base. And then press your hips slightly forward. Your right foot down. And then gently come right back down. And then same thing, you rotate back towards the top of your mat, pivot on the ball of your right foot, step your left foot back, lift your hips, and then pedal out your feet, chest in towards your thighs, let your head hang down. Then inhale down onto hands and knees, and exhale, press your hips back towards your heels and walk your hands forward, your forehead is down. You can roll your forehead side to side. And then right back into center. Inhale, lift up onto hands and knees. And then exhale, cross your feet at the ankles so you can sit back onto your heels and extend your legs out in front of you. Once you're there, kind of move the flesh out of the way. Find your sits bones. And Paschimottanasana. Inhale, reach your arms high. You can have a bend to the knees if you choose. Exhale, take your ribs to your thighs. Hands might find your feet, might not. Roll your shoulders back, lengthen your spine. Pull your sternum forward and then melt down. shoulders over your hips. And you might have to scoot forward a little bit so that you can bend your knees. And I want you to take a C curve to your spine. Pull the pit of your belly in and then roll down one vertebra at a time. Coming right back into your feet down on the ground, hip width distance apart. All right. So your feet are about hip width distance. Your heels coming towards your sits bones. Knees and toes are at 12 o'clock. Bring your hands down next to your hips and then roll your shoulders slightly back and down. Now press your feet down and away from you to lift your hips. Into Setu Bandhasana, your bridge pose. Now, if it feels comfortable for you to roll your arms underneath your shoulders, you might catch a bind or make a fist underneath your low back. And continue to squeeze your inner thighs towards one another, rolling them internally even though they're not touching. Press your feet down and away. And maybe you kind of release your glutes a little bit and keep lifting. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, release your hands if you were binding and roll your hips down. Supta Baddha Konasana, let the soles of your feet come together and your knees fall comfortably open while your heels drawn towards your pelvis. Breathe here, hands either down by the side body or one hand on your belly, one on your heart. And then gently draw your knees back together like you would the pages of a book. Let your low back soften back down so it's flat. And then from here, draw your knees into a 90-degree bend. You have the option to cross your right leg over the left if you want. And I'm actually going to drop my left toes down and scoot my hips to the right slightly. And then bring my knees back up and drop them over to the left. Those of you that have eagle legs and would like to double wrap your legs, you can for your twist. It doesn't feel great to me, so I'm not going to. And then allow for your shoulders to stay heavy. Gaze to the right. Alright, now on the inhale, slowly come back through center. Unravel, drop your right foot back down if you had them crossed, and bring your low back to the earth. Inhale, maybe you lift your hips and shift them to the left already, and then bring your knees into your 90-degree bend. If you want to take your left leg over the right, you can. On the exhale, drop your knees over to the right for your twist and turn your face to the left. Relax your shoulders from your ears. On your inhale, slowly come back through center. Take your low back down to the mat, unravel your feet. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Bring your forehead up to your knees. Take a deep breath in. And then Shavasana as you breathe out. If you need to switch up the music on your playlist, you can go to the last song if you like. Close down your eyes. Relax your brows and your jaw. And just unfurl, scroll out. Take up as much space as you can, as much space as you want. Let your feet hang comfortably open. Your arms can kind of come out by the side body with your palms facing up. And the fingertips possibly curling so slightly in towards your palms. Maybe one final deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Rest. Now, if what you need is to be here a little bit longer, you're going to tune me out and stay right where you are. Otherwise, begin to deepen your breath, to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And on the inhale, float your arms up overhead. And on the exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. You can roll over to the right. You can rock straight up to your comfortable, easy sit, your Sukhasana. We'll all meet here, but take your time. And if you're still lying there, that's the beauty of doing your practice privately, is you get to do what you want, right? You get to stay as long as you want and whatever you want. So I appreciate you all for being here, for taking time out for your practice, for doing the work. It's a necessity, not a luxury, so thank you. Whenever it is that you take this, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Namaste.